Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to paint this cute cat that I designed. It is a candy apple kitty and it looks very cute, so I'm excited to start painting this. So I start out with a little bit of a warmer red mixed in with a slightly bluer red, and I'm just putting this base layer down so that I can start layering on top of it later. With gouache you can literally just put some light on top. You don't have to leave out gaps for the white areas, but to be honest, I wish that I had a lot of difficulty layering, especially the bright white, because it would start mixing with the paint underneath, even though I had let it dry. I think gouache just re-wets really easily, and yeah, I had a lot of trouble with that. I'm going in with this light pink, green, and I've added a bit of yellow there to give it some warmth. And yes, this part here is the gloop of the candy apple. When I first designed this, I initially had that on the side of the face, but when I was tracing it onto paper I just thought it wasn't really looking that great, so I decided to move it to his body, which makes more sense. So I'm just trying to I'm trying to make it a little bit lighter, but obviously you can see it makes barely any difference to the painting, so you can see me just trying to get it to merge, and then I give up and go over to this reflection bit. This is the first time that I've ever done a picture that is highly reflective in this way, and I knew that I really had to capture both the highlights but also the deep darker colours that are normally they sort of look like they're inside the sphere, sort of separate from everything else. But yeah, you'll see that a little bit later. Some of the brushes I initially started with were just not that practical and quite hard brushes, and although with gouache you could probably guess away with a slightly harder brush, I found that they were just showing up very streaky on the paper, so I moved over to my watercolour brushes in that jar there, and it went on a lot smoother and less streaky. I didn't quite manage to work out a way to avoid all the streakiness, but it was certainly better. And here I am just going in with some highlights. I'm just plopping them in here with the intention to go back over them. I wanted to have different coloured highlights, so I didn't want everything to be bright, because that's not normally how it shows up in real life. So I've just got various shades of red here, and on the parts that I want to be bright white. I'll do that towards the end once I've let it dry a few times. So this is the first part of a mini-series, I guess. And what I wanted to do was create some animals or pets that were candy or sweets themed. And the idea for this came from some lollipops that I bought in my town, and I hadn't had a lollipop in so many years, and I couldn't resist. I bought 3. I picked the ones which had the most appealing names, and that I thought I would obviously like the flavour of, and they were so delicious. They were absolutely lovely. But as I was eating them, I just thought, I haven't really seen anyone make a candy apple sort of pet. I just thought it would be such a cute idea, and I just wanted to give it a shot. And I thought of some other animal names that I could make, and started to design them. When I first started to draw them out, I put them all onto just a bit of paper and some pencil, but my initial idea was that they would be shaped as the sweet itself, so the whole body, everything would be the shape, and then I would just put on the features of, let's say, a cat or a dog or whatever. But they looked so creepy. They were terrifying, and I tried to make the eyes sort of anime style initially, but oh my goodness, I'm just not very good at doing anime kawaii eyes. Anyone who has seen the bow bun knows what I'm talking about. So that's definitely something I need to practice in the future. I might make a video of me trying out different styles of kawaii anime eyes, because it is something I want to get better at. On my sleeve, I honestly get this absolutely covered in paint. I have no idea why I wore this top. It's a really cute top, but oh my goodness, so messy. So what I did instead of the creepy animal designs was I had to think about what it was that I was really trying to convey with these animals. And the key part for me was the detail of the sweets, because that's, the cool thing about them. I wanted to get the sense of them being, really delicious and appetizing, but obviously with a cute body. So when I started to put them on the iPad, I just kept it very simple, and the face was just going to be quite plain. The body was going to be very simple. The features, just everything, just keep it nice and simple, and the focus would be on how the sweet looked. So I did spend quite a lot of time trying to perfect this face, because that was, or is, the main focus of this. I brought it in a bit closer here so you can see some of the detail on the highlights. I probably spent too much time really faffing around with this. I can be a bit of a perfectionist, and I just really tried to get rid of all of the streaks and to blend it nicely. I don't know if the issue that I have here is maybe the paints I'm using are not quite good enough, but to be honest with you, I think it's more my technique. I've never studied how to paint, or apart from in school many moons ago. But I never really enjoyed painting. I drew more than I did paint. I really loved sketching, and I was quite good at that. But painting I always found it too difficult. I actually only started, I guess you would semi, properly painting when I think it was around COVID time, and I looked back on some of my old, practicing bits that I had made at the time, and I can definitely say that I've grown as an artist. Still not where I would like to be, but I think it's okay. I enjoy it anyway. I really try to get good at landscapes, but I've gotten a bit bored of them, a little bit anyway, and I prefer art to be a little bit more detailed, which is why I think I like working with gouache so much. And I really love kawaii things, so it made sense to put my energy into this. I've gone in with a much darker red here to really give it some depth. I'm just trying to blend this in now to the rest of the picture. think it did need this depth to it, but I think it maybe was a little bit too dark. Let me know what you think. Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear what you would add to this, or what I could have done better. I had to change the angle again because my stand fell. So I've just set it up to be a little bit more secure, and yeah, I really like how this is turning out. I'm not quite sure about those window reflections. I think I go back a little bit later and just try and blend that out a bit more, because the lines are a little bit harsh there. I have finished the outline. I decided to do this off camera just because it took a lot of concentration, and I needed to be almost on top of the paper in order to keep a steady hand. These whiskers are cute. I sort of think it looks a bit like Hello Kitty. That wasn't intentional. It just sort of ended up that way. And I just put a little bit of outline around the drizzle bit as well. Yeah, I think he looks pretty cute. I love the hearts as well in the reflection. I think it just looks so cute. I'm just putting in his little paws. Yeah. So this is him all finished. Yeah. I think for a first attempt it's not too bad. Maybe the drizzle could use a bit of work, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good day. Bye.